Okay, good morning. And thank you for joining us today at Hamilton STEM Academy to kick off a new school year. I want to take a few minutes to introduce the members of the Board of Education that are with us. We have Dominic Peretti, Board Member Dominic Peretti, and we have staff with us. You'll be hearing from Chris Brady in a little bit. And I believe Todd Tooney is our Chief of External Affairs and Communication. He's here. And we have others out here. I believe we have the Mayor's Director of Education, Rhonda Johnson, has joined us. She's hiding behind the Honorable Mayor Michael B. Coleman, who's going to speak this morning. So welcome, everyone. Today, we welcomed more than 51,000 students and staff back to schools across the district. The mayor and I had an opportunity to take part in the Columbus City Preparatory School for Boys tie-tying ceremony, and then to visit with students and staff and parents. We made a surprise drop-in at Eastmoor Academy, and then we also went to Liberty Elementary School, which is one of the schools receiving students from one of the buildings that we closed, and we thought it was appropriate to welcome them. So let's begin by celebrating a number of achievements from the 2013-2014 academic year. Certainly, the results on the state's standardized assessments tops the list of accolades. A year ago, we stood on these very same steps and talked about the need for improvement and a fresh new direction for Columbus City Schools. And I'm happy to report that improvement indeed has occurred district-wide, and it includes this building, Hamilton STEM Academy. 1 year ago, Hamilton faced significant challenges in reading. Through the efforts of Chris Brady, the principal, and his team in this amazing community of Columbus, Hamilton STEM Academy saw gains of over 46% in reading. 46 percentage points. That's significant. I'd like to bring Chris to the podium to talk a little bit about the road to improvement. Dr. Brady?
Thank you, Dr. Good. We want to welcome back Mayor Coleman. We stood here 1 year ago and began the work of addressing the challenge that Mayor Coleman presented, that failing schools are unacceptable for this community, and it is our responsibility to fix what is broken and provide for our kids the opportunities for success they so richly deserve. Hamilton has gone to extreme measures. Transformation is ongoing and not complete, but we are addressing those deficiencies in our school by enhancing the approach that we take towards educating our children. Together, we have made great strides towards excellence. In 2013, Hamilton achieved an A on our progress report card. This past year, we followed that up with #1 in the city of Columbus for 3rd grade reading improvement. All right. #1 in the city. This included 91.3% of Hamilton 3rd graders achieving the required score on the Ohio Achievement Assessment mandated by the 3rd grade reading guarantee in order to progress to the 4th grade. And no, we are not just about reading in Hamilton. Our 3rd graders also improved by 27 percentage points in math as well. Our students made these gains by tremendous efforts made by all staff and community members. I would like to thank Dr. Gardner and his team from the OSU Reading Clinic for their dedication to our students. For the past 5 years, Dr. Gardner's program has assisted our most challenged readers and has helped us get here today. And he's assured us that he'll be here as long as I'm principal. We would also like to recognize our community partners, Nationwide Energy, our dedicated reading buddies, and our community home, St. Stephen's, for their dedication to helping Hamilton kids reach their highest potential. The efforts of Hamilton included all staff being of one accord, from the administrator teaching reading groups daily to support staff teaching reading groups and providing focused lessons on content standards. Hamilton delivered on the mayor's challenge, and as a result, we are #1 in the city for 3rd grade reading improvement and a beacon of hope for the Linden community. All right. We are poised for another breakout year with these strategies firmly cemented in our school. I want to thank Mayor Coleman for his support and motivation, and Dr. Good for allowing us to have the ability to build on our successes and believing that students and the community of Hamilton can achieve excellence. At this time, I'd like to bring Dr. Good back up to the podium.
Would you come over and tell them your name and tell them who your reading teacher was? Tell them your name.
My reading teacher was Mrs. Harting.
Oh, very good. And who was your reading teacher?
Dr. Brady.
Who was that?
Dr. Brady.
Oh, so even the principals got in on the action, huh? And you know what I noticed last year when Mr. Brady spoke to the community, he didn't wear glasses, so he must have been doing a lot of reading this year. And he's getting old. So really improving third grade reading scores has been and will continue to be one of our top priorities, and that's why it's all hands in, all boots on the ground, every faculty and staff member participating through the extraordinary efforts of that community effort. Over 88% of last year's district third graders are eligible to be promoted. So the results are in. 88% are able to be promoted to fourth grade. And the district had taken unprecedented actions this past year to improve those reading scores in our third graders. We doubled the district's capacity to serve students in our summer school programs. We implemented a widespread research-based teacher development and training model called Literacy Collaborative. We created an online reading portal which provided model lessons and research-based instructional strategies to use by anyone that went to the website. We implemented a Reading Buddies program, some of whom are with us here today, that enlisted more than 800 community volunteers to work one-on-one with students to improve their literacy skills. We partnered with the Columbus Metropolitan Library, which modified its own reading program to incorporate the district's reading model and also materials that they have in their after-school reading program. We collaborated with the district's bus drivers to launch a new program called Books on the Bus. We provided parents with specific information regarding literacy areas in which their children needed additional support. And we launched a series of in-person and online parent workshops designed to provide everyone with the strategies they could use at home. The district's not finished. We will continue to work closely with students who have not yet mastered the state's reading requirements with the goal of helping them to advance to fourth grade. Academic improvement also took place this year in our high schools. Reading has improved there by 8.8 percentage points, writing by 2.4 percentage points, science by 3.8 percentage points, and social studies by 4.6 percentage points. They're all statistically significant, sustained gains. And this spring, South High School, and just down the street, Lyndon McKinley, two high schools with the greatest challenges in terms of past Ohio graduation test performance, showed the greatest overall improvement in all 5 subject areas. Double-digit percentage increases in all 5 subject areas. Our school leaders took charge and promoted engagement, alignment, investment, and accountability for improvement. They communicated. Leadership and focus is also why Centennial, Independence, Walnut Ridge, and West High Schools posted gains in all 5 test subjects. It's why Briggs and Mifflin and Whetstone did so in 4 subject areas. It's why Columbus Alternative High School achieved 100% passage in reading. And speaking of Columbus Alternative High School, I saw that one of our board members, W. Shauna Gibbs, arrived, and she's a graduate of Columbus Alternative High School. And I'm sure she influenced that 100% passage in reading when she was a student there. And then Centennial High School nailed growth in every subject area with results of more than 90% in reading, writing, and social studies. So overall, our graduation numbers are up. Our discipline incidents are down. We've increased the diversity of our methodologies, and we've decreased, this one's so important to me, we've decreased the achievement gap between groups of students. And Columbus City Schools Friends have donated millions of dollars and time to ensure children have books to read and career pathways to explore this year. We still have a lot of ground to cover, but we're making steady, documented improvement. I pledge to continue to work with the Board of Education and partner with the good Mayor B. Coleman and our community to reimagine our district as a model education system with high-performing schools and laser-like focus on teaching and learning. Mayor Coleman is with us today. I now invite him to the podium to speak a little about our transformation.
Thank you, Dr. Good. You know, I can't tell you what a difference a year makes, because we stood right here on these steps last year with some 200 members of the community on a hot, sultry day. It was so hot. How hot was it? It was so hot. About 10 degrees hotter than it is right now, maybe 15. But it was a hot day. We were all emotional. We were all passionate. We were angry, and we were upset. And we stood here, some 200 members of the community, saying enough is enough. We got to get our educational system in order for our kids to make sure they're ready for the future. And it was a community call, a call to action. And I'm here today to say 1 year later that that call is being answered. Last year we focused on our problems. This year we focus on our successes and our improvement. And the circumstances are totally different from last year. And I'm proud to stand arm in arm with this board, with this superintendent, with our new director of education, all working in this area of improving reading scores, and it largely goes to Dan Good and Dr. Brady, who is not just administering a building, he's actually teaching our students at the same time. As many of you know, the percentage of Columbus City school children passing the third grade reading comprehension exam was less than 43% last year. That meant more than 57% would be ineligible to advance to the fourth grade. Today, 89% of Columbus City school kids are advancing to the fourth grade. Now, that's dramatic improvement, and our goal is to get to 100, and we're on our way. And they're getting there. Dr. Good and his team are doing the right thing, the right direction. So we're here today because no school in this district has improved more than Hamilton STEM Academy. In the fall, just to put an emphasis on this, in the fall, this school had less than 25% passing rate, meaning that more than 3/4 of its third graders would be held back. Today, 91% are advancing to the fourth grade. Dr. Brady, come on up here, stand next to me. Dr. Good, come on up here, man. Come on up here, man. School board members, come on up here. Come on up here. Come on up here. You know, that was a tough press conference last year. It was a hot one. I was hot both inside and outside. But it's a lot cooler today. And we have still a lot more to go. And I want to point out some things, too. 90% of Hamilton STEM students qualify for free reduced price lunches. And yet Dr. Brady and his excellent team were able to improve reading scores by 46%. And so that's something to be proud of. And we stood here last year and said we got to make education everybody's responsibility. That is a community priority to deal with education in our school district. And it's coming around. We started Early Start Columbus, which is a pre-K effort where 500 opportunities for quality early childhood education for 4-year-olds is now occurring in this district. So imagine if every child in this district could go through pre-K. We could reach that 100% passage rate if every child could get through pre-K in our community. And we're working on it. We're building support. Building support in the private sector, in the community, with the state and federal government, and the nonprofit community. I want to congratulate Dr. Good. I want to congratulate this Board of Education. And I want to especially congratulate the principal, Dr. Brady, and everyone here and all the teachers here at Hamilton STEM for the impressive and substantial strides you have made. Education is everybody's responsibility, and we're proving it right here today. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Coleman. You know, when schools serve students well, students develop a sense of self-worth and competence and a will to succeed. Would you agree, students, that you feel good about passing that third grade reading test, and you're now in fourth grade, is that right? Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Very good. Very good. We are truly focused this year on continuing the engagement of all of our stakeholders, aligning our respective purposes, investing our collective resources, and sharing accountability. The sole reason that Columbus City Schools exist is to ensure that these children are provided the best possible education and the best possible opportunities for success. Our district's 3 overriding goals continue to be ensuring that each child reaches his or her full potential, creating learning environments that are student-centered and stable, and keeping the community informed of our progress. Last year I was asked by many of the CEOs in our community, what's our ambition? And I'm prepared to answer what that question is. Our ambition, if the Columbus City Schools will be the education producer of choice, the education employer of choice, and ultimately the education investment of choice. We're on the right path. We have a great future before us. We are the people to get this done. We are the leaders that Columbus community and the children of Columbus need. And we are their future, and they are ours. I'll know when we've attained our vision, again, when Columbus City Schools are known as Central Ohio's education producer of choice, education employer of choice, and the education investment of choice. We thank you for coming today, and we're happy to take your questions.